to get rid of that. How come there's two of my heads?
Great question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. My microphone was off when I went live, so I was like, "Ah, crap." Looks like
the more Run 7, the better.
To an extent.
What is going on with my camera? What is this nonsense? Oh, I know why. Hold on. Maybe it's got to be. That's okay.
Also, I'm knocking when you get a second.
I know. Hold on a second. I know what's going on here. Okay.
Knocking on Run 7's door.
How's it going, Will?
We'll just go with that. That'll
Good. How are you, man?
I'm doing all right. Last 2 or 3 days of the mullet, or you decided you're keeping it because it's rocking it so bad?
Yes, I'm absolutely going to be cutting it this weekend.
He's tired of being a married man. He's gonna keep the mullet.
What's the plan? You going like doing a mohawk on the way down, going all the way to the wood? You gonna just trim off a little bit at the back? What do you?
Yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna chop the back and then let the curls fly.
Fair enough.
Yes, Remenex, I can grow hair. I've been
Ryan.
blessed.
I knocked at your door. If you want to say hi and
thank you for letting me
share
know
these chats.
With very little, but that I have in spades.
All right, start sharing chat. Beautiful. Move that over. How's Arc Raiders?
Amazing. I mean,
yeah,
kind of got crushed, but I'm still fumbling buttons. I've only been playing for a little while, but now that I've got Captain Carey on my team, I'm gonna be just racking up some score points here.
Sifu, yeah, he seemed good.
I was gonna say, is that Will or Sifu?
Sifu's pretty good, but I've been watching Will and T-Dub play, and they're who I'm taking notes from. These guys got it down. Well, I haven't got to play with Sifu, but I plan on playing with Sifu pretty soon here. Sifu's my best friend from Oregon, so
nice.
We're gonna get together and do some more stuff.
Somebody was mentioning that T-Dub wasn't like the biggest fan. Like obviously he has the game, but he was kind of meh.
I mean, I think he really likes it.
Yeah. He seems to be having a fun time when I watch
you would know better than I don't even remember who it was, but some fan, some
fair enough.
Chat.
I think T-Dub has too many good game options right now. That's T-Dub's problem.
That's kind of my issue with it. It looks interesting, but I got burned pretty hard on Escape from Tarkov, which is definitely the same style of game.
Yes,
and it's just like it's just expensive for what I think I might get out of it. Now, if it's something like Fortnite where I end up playing it for years, obviously the price tag is nothing.
Sure.
But if it's Borderlands and I play it for a weekend and go, this isn't for me, then I don't know, $70 is a lot.
$35 for Arc Raiders American right now.
Yeah, that's almost double. So I want to say it's like 54 on sale.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So it's like, I don't know. It's still, I'm used to playing independent games now, which are like $8. So like $60 for one that I might like. If there was a free weekend, I would be all over it. And then I might be able to like, okay, yeah, no, I enjoy this. I'll pick it up.
Yeah, that was the beauty. Like I got into there was the server slam before it released, like a week before it released. They had it open for like 3 days or something, and I was able to jump on and test it because I was worried initially when I heard about the game. I was like, oh, I like extraction shooters, Hunt Showdown. And but I was like, oh, it's Future, so I don't know if I'm gonna like, because sometimes Future really throws things for me, like if you're flying off the walls and jumping all, but this one's pretty grounded in like far as like weapons and things, so it's quite nice.
Yeah, wall grabs and stuff kind of lose me. It's too much, too many mechanics in the game. I just want to play it.
It depends heavily on the game, because I know in Titanfall, I loved the first Titanfall with all the wall climbing and like the big metal monsters and whatnot. Like, that game was super fun, but it was literally just kill your opponent. There was no like, oh, you have to pick this up, you have to carry it over there, you have to do anything with it.
Right.
So like there were more mechanics in that regard, but less mechanics in other ways. So I guess that's fair. I don't know. I just haven't gotten deep into a game like that in a while, and I'm curious. I am very curious about it. I think I watched T-Dub one time. The first time I actually saw the game in action, because I'd heard a little bit about it, and something about it reminded me of like Fallout 4. Like, I think somebody came after him with like a ray gun, and I'm like, oh, that kind of doesn't work for me all that much. Like, we'll see.
There's
I don't like the super realism
vibes for sure.
Yeah, I don't love the super realism of Tarkov, but I also don't want it to be like weird sci-fi.
Right.
I don't know how to word that.
Yeah, if I have like a strong sci-fi game, it has to have an amazing plot and characters that really pull me into it. So a PvP style game doesn't really do it for me when I have that deep sci-fi niche, because you're not getting story, it's gameplay on a PvP style game. So
Deadpool,
guys,
Deadpool, I did try Titanfall 2, and I was thoroughly enjoying what I played of it. But with no ability to turn off what do you call that? The motion blur. It was just making me so nauseous, and I just don't want to do that again.
Stupidest invention game makers ever put in. I don't understand that.
Everybody I know turns it off instantly. I don't understand why they put it in games, or why they put it in games without the option of turning it off.
Yeah.
I know that it's because I'm old, but whatever. It's still frustrating. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, I was going to say I was going to basically play Disturbed Friends with you guys. I'd read the questions for one of us, and then the other two try and guess what their answer is going to be, since I can't like send you the question ahead of time.
So we answer what we think the other person would...
Yeah, so like I'll just jump into it. You'll get it right away. Let's just do the first one. This one is for Will. What would Will secretly enjoy way more than he should? And Will, you're gonna write down A, B, or C also, and then we're gonna see if our answers match yours. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
All right. So, what would Will secretly enjoy way more than he should? A, reading other people's drama like it's a sport. The power rush of ignoring someone's text for 12 hours. Or C, watching chaotic reality TV with disturbing enthusiasm.
And then we're going to write down A, B, or C?
Yeah, A, B, or C. So A was reading other people's drama like it's a sport. The power rush of ignoring someone's text for 12 hours. Or C, watching chaotic reality TV with disturbing enthusiasm. Which one of those would Will enjoy the most? So I'm going to make myself some real fast A, B, and C cards that I can just hold up.
Ooh, that's actually a better plan. Yeah, that's way better.
Rather than rewriting it every time, you know.
Well, I don't... For next time, I will definitely have that. For now, I might just grab my whiteboard.
Yeah. If you got a whiteboard handy, that works just fine.
I was just going to write it down and tell you what I picked, but this is far more visually appealing. Unlike Dan.
And no chance of changing your answer. Oh, yeah. Well,
that's the negative to it, for sure.
I don't even know what I would choose, to be honest.
I feel like this is
in chat, feel free to jump in there and give us your ideas. Casey Wymie and Mrs. Hillary say it's going to be C, watching chaotic reality television with disturbing enthusiasm. I know he's into the Great British Baking Show and a few reality TV programs.
He mentioned another one about autism in love. I don't know what that was called.
On the Spectrum?
Is that it?
Love on the Spectrum?
Love on the Spectrum, yeah.
There you go.
It's a nice little wholesome, or is it wholesome? I'm not really sure how I feel about watching.
Depends on why you're watching it, I think.
Right? Are you watching it for the train wreck or to enjoy their innocent love and affection for one another? I don't know. Sounds like everybody's going after the disturbing enthusiasm of chaotic reality television show. I have my answer.
I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to say it's B.
I'm going to say B also. I think Will enjoys brushing people off and making them wait for his response.
May I point out, the two people actually in a group chat with Will are both like, yeah, no, he gets off on making people wait to respond.
Meanwhile, Dan sees me typing and I jump in. He jumps in. I see him typing back before we even hit anything. Will, it's like, maybe maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll talk to them when we're live, whatever.
I'll see them on Thursday. Come on.
It's only 6 days away.
Oh, that's amazing.
Okay, well, I think I'm going to have to, of those options, I don't like people's drama. No interest in the dramas.
I figured that was a pretty hefty no.
A is out. And then I actually feel bad if I leave people hanging. I unless I feel like it's irrelevant, but I don't get off on being like, I'm going to make you wait for this answer. So I think I have to go for C, just because there are some very few reality TV shows that I'm like, all right, I can get into this.
Nice.
All right. So Dan and I did not score any points there, but chat hitting the
chat's
mark.
on fire. Chat's on fire right now.
Chat's crushing it. Okay,
should we have let him answer beforehand so he can't purposefully go against us? I don't know that would have changed his answer. But.
I don't know. He can write something down. That's why, like the real card game, you actually have like color coded cards, and you set your card on the table, and then you flip it over.
Yeah, I can write down. If you don't trust me, I can write down.
Windstorm, I don't have the ability to change my camera right now, but technically for subscribing, you do get your name on an ornament for the tree. Let me know in the comments what color ornament you would like.
Nice.
Sorry, Brian.
Have you been able to fix your scenes so your friends show on your stream too? I don't know what you mean.
Currently on your stream, it is just you. It is a lot of Brian. Oh my
God, I'm sorry. There you go, guys. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I was trying to fix my camera and screwing it up there. Okay, my bad. Thank you for pointing that out, Windstorm. Got it.
I don't have orange. I got gold. That good, buddy?
That looks orange to me.
Yeah, that's the closest I'm going to get. It's like, all right, sorry. I don't want to take over everything. I just wanted to, reward.
So most of these questions I have not read yet, but they have been filtered, so they're not going to be as bad as the real game. Like the real game,
right?
Like
can end friendships.
Yeah,
or get people canceled.
Well, like your choices are between like being a rapist or something other equally horrible thing, right? It's really rough. So this one's not quite as bad. All right, question. This is going for Dan, so we got to guess Dan's answer. What would immediately end my political career? Dan's political career. A, footage emerging of Dan dancing like a malfunctioning robot. It's out there.
Yeah, I was going to say that exists.
B, Dan's browser history. Or
that doesn't exist.
Or C, my brutally honest opinions when I forget I'm not in group chat mode. So...
If I even admit to C, doesn't that kind of get me semi-canceled right on the spot?
Dan, your political career was over before.
Like if I just straight up say like, oh yeah, no, clearly it's my opinions that I don't share with you people.
Okay, so chat's already going with C's across the board, saying brutally honest opinions when Dan forgets that he's not in group chat mode.
Dancing, something, talking my mind. What was the B?
History browser.
So yeah,
okay.
Yeah, dancing like a malfunctioning robot, your browser history, or brutally honest opinions that get out. So I have my answer. Dan, do you have your answer ready?
I mean, yes.
All right. Let's do it.
I'm going with B.
I also went B.
Yeah, I think Dan's browser history is going to get him in some political hot water.
Absolutely. That's why he deletes it constantly.
Yeah.
As I said, it doesn't exist. You got nothing to find. It's shockingly empty. Dan, what are you hiding? Where are the Tyler files?
Super sus.
Okay, Dan, what did you answer?
I went with the audience. I went with C. Not even that I necessarily have any super hot takes, but just like everything is a hot take these days. You know what I mean? Like I could be like, man, the sky is blue, and somebody out there will be like, no, it's not. It's gray, you idiot. You know what I mean? Like it's just like opinions are so hard to do. I think my browser history would be shockingly dull for most of you. I mean, there's a little bit of spice in there, but most of the time it's like right now, most of my browser history is going to be like Transformer models and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like it'll be so boring.
My browser history would get me in trouble politically because it would be so mundane and boring that people like, yeah, right. Come on.
Yeah, this guy's not real.
This guy's boring. This guy's boring. Obama admitted to blow. Run 7 doesn't even search anything but cooking shows. What the hell?
Depends on what they're cooking on those cooking shows. Breaking Bad. It's technically a cooking show.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. There we go. Okay.
You moved to Texas for a reason.
This one is my question. So for me, and I'll have my answer.
All right.
If I joined a cult, what would convince me?
Oh.
So why would I join the cult? If I joined a cult,
7?
why?
Okay.
A, promises of free snacks.
That's pretty good.
B, a charismatic leader with suspiciously great hair.
So
that's
Will,
good too. That's pretty
Yeah.
good too.
Yeah. he's going to join the cult of the cleaning agents.
And C, peer pressure and poor life choices.
Ooh.
A poor life choice.
I mean, are you already in a cult? If not, it's not C.
Peer pressure. The only thing that I give into on peer pressure is maybe buying games that I can't afford. That's about it. Other than that, peer pressure doesn't really get me.
Welcome to Arc Raiders.
This segment brought to you by Arc Raiders.
Exactly. Chat's saying B.
Okay, sorry. So it's peer pressure is C, snacks is A, and what was
B is
B
a
again?
charismatic leader with suspiciously great hair.
Yeah, okay.
All right. What chat is saying C and B.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first one chat's been divided on.
Yeah, I know. Chat, not all of you will be right this time.
All right, what do you got, Will?
I think I could convince him.
I also think you could convince him. I think he's a sucker for a good head of hair.
Those are very strong guesses, guys. Those are very strong guesses, but never underestimate the power of free food.
Free food. You're like, oh, free food. Oh, I'm in a cult? Shit.
I would fake my way into a cult for free food. Hell yeah, I would absolutely. Doesn't mean I have to be serious about the cult, but if they're serving free food, man.
I figured you're too far past your bad choices in life. You know, earlier, Brian, I could see, but later, Brian, it's all about the free food.
You know, the real reason I would find myself in a cult is because I didn't realize that I had joined one. That's what would happen, honest.
Yeah. Damn. It was just they had really good brownies. Like, what can I say?
Really nice snacks.
Yeah. Banging. That's so funny.
Okay, this one's going to go to Dan.
All right.
This is Dan's question. Dan's going to ask this as if it was Dan asking it. I'm just doing it for Dan, if that makes any sense. Here we go. The question: what is Dan's most likely midlife crisis purchase?
I think you're witnessing it in real time.
Yeah. Transformers an answer.
Yeah. A motorcycle he absolutely cannot drive. B, an unnecessary influencer ring light.
Okay.
Which one?
And C, a pet he's clearly unprepared to take care of.
Oh shit, he's 2 out of 3.
I just got a dog.
Yeah, I pre-read this and I was like, this is gonna be a tough one.
Holy shit.
I personally don't see Dan driving a motorcycle in Canada anytime soon.
What was the actual question? What was the wording of the actual question?
It says, what's my most likely midlife crisis purchase? A motorcycle I absolutely cannot handle, an unnecessary influencer ring light, a pet I'm clearly unprepared to care for. And honestly, like, this is kind of a tough one for me.
Yeah.
All right.
I saw Ghost was in chat on YouTube. Are you still there, buddy? Ghost is a good friend of mine in real life, so this would be funny for him. But all right, what do you guys got?
We got some pets in here. Windstorm saying A. Miss Hillary says B.
I went for the dog.
I think Dan's gonna buy a ring light for a dog he can't care for.
Wait,
is there a C on there as well?
No, I'm gonna go with B, an unnecessary influencer ring light. He's gonna buy a piece of tech for his stream that he doesn't need.
Okay. So story time.
Oh boy.
I did own a motorcycle at like 30 to 32. I do have a ring light somewhere, but I don't use it. But I definitely have multiple lights in this room, which I got at like 41, 42.
Mm-hmm.
And we just got a dog, and I just turned 43. So like, it really matters, like, which one of these is closer to me being midlife, right? Like, if I feel over like 60, then I think it was the motorcycle. Whereas if I get to 80, then it's probably the ring lights. Like it's really hard to say. I went with the motorcycle because I've already got the other two, so that feels the most like going back to my roots and trying to regain my youth, as it were.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Nice work.
But that's just hilarious that like you nailed me on all three of those things. Yeah, I had a motorcycle. I convinced my wife to let me get one. Had it for like a year and a half, and then she got pregnant. My wife got pregnant and was like, I don't want to go on rides anymore because I'm caring for.
Yeah.
At that point, we thought it was one kid, so we thought she was caring for two. So that made it a little bit less foreign. And then when we actually had the twins, I couldn't get it out of my head that if I got into an accident, I wouldn't be able to hold both of my kids.
Yeah.
Like that was just this weird thing that was just stuck in my head, and I was like, this isn't fun anymore. I don't enjoy this at all. But like, would I get one when the kids are moved out? Maybe. That's a little bit past midlife, but sure, I'll take it.
Nice.
Okay, next one is for Will. Will's question: what would Will lie about on a first date?
Everything.
Answers: A, his gym habits. B, his emotional stability. And C, his ability to cook anything besides breakfast food. So apparently Will's not making breakfast.
No, I think it means he can only make breakfast.
Cook anything besides breakfast food.
Yeah.
Now, maybe he has the ability to cook anything besides breakfast food, or maybe he lacks the ability to cook anything besides breakfast food. It's the same thing. He could be an absolute gym freak with calves thicker than my head.
Have you seen him do push-ups?
Or he could just pretend to go to the gym, but actually only hits the sauna. That's what I like to do. Or his emotional stability or lack of. It could go either way with those answers. So what's he going to lie about? Which way is he going to lie about it?
I would bet, Brian, I would bet that Will would be honest to a fault on a first date, to be perfectly honest. Like, I could see him, like, opening up and being pretty honest, pretty like, okay, you know, if I'm on a date, I probably like you. If I like you, I don't want to start off the wrong foot. And like almost too honest.
Right.
More so than lying to the person.
I think that so, and this is my answer. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there right now. I'm going with C. I think that Will would downplay his awesome cooking abilities and lie about, you know, like be humble and lie about it and downplay how good he actually is at being a cook.
Yeah. Have you seen my smoothie skills?
I went B because he can kind of go both ways. Like maybe his emotional stability, like maybe he's putting off that he's more emotionally stable than he is. Or maybe he'd, you know, kind of go the wounded puppy route and just be like, oh, no, I need love. Like, and just, you know, go that route. Like, it go either way.
I'm broken. Fix me.
Exactly. He doesn't like a project.
Shit. Well, my wife always compliments me on my breakfast skills. That's about it. But I've never claimed to be a good cook. I've never claimed to ever go to a gym. I think if I was going to lie about anything, it would be my mental stability.
Hells yeah.
Now, Dan and Brian, I think you both suspect that I would probably never go into a first date looking to lie to anybody, but
right.
It is what it is. I think that would be the closest thing.
Always
mostly because it's like, I don't really understand a lot of my emotional states as is. So it's just, I'm an idiot.
I think a lot of us men don't really have a good grasp on our emotions to begin with. So,
well,
we're just like, yeah, I'm totally stable.
So fine.
In fairness, I think everybody's a little broken and doesn't 100% know it. So, probably. Like, you probably do that without even thinking about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So, this is the final question. This one is my question. Which crime would I be most likely to commit by accident?
Okay. That's important.
A, shoplifting because I forgot the item was in my hand. B, trespassing because the shortcut looked faster.
Ooh.
Or C, tax fraud because I tried to do the forms myself.
Okay.
and I'd like to hear your guys' reasoning on this too.
There's
Casey Wymie says C. Fost says, I'm assuming Fost means B, not number 2.
He don't
He's
do,
just counting like at Home Alone.
He don't do alphabets all that best, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure this one out because honestly, I'm
kind of stuck between 2, actually.
Yeah. Okay, I figured it. Yeah, I got it.
I think I've got my answer.
Yeah, shoplifting
I
was
hope
A.
this doesn't come across negatively.
I hope it does.
Hit me with it. Hit me. With it. Trespassing is B and tax fraud is C.
Yeah.
So I've been watching you for quite some time. Admittedly, it's been a minute, but I've been watching you on YouTube or Twitch, whatever, for quite some time. You're not generally super absent-minded. Like, you generally have a pretty good idea what's going on around you. I don't think you're shoplifting by accident. Maybe on purpose, that's your own prerogative, but I don't think you're just like, whoopsie doodle, I didn't realize I had this in my hands. But I also think you're self-aware enough to know that it's probably better to get somebody else to do your taxes. So I'm going to say you are absolutely the type of person who'd be like, oh, well, I'm going from A to B. Why wouldn't I take the shortest path? I think you would do B in a heartbeat. Now, accidentally, that's a whole other thing. But I think you do B all the time. Like, just like, I'm going from A to B. I'm going to take the route that gets me to B. Why would I go to C to get to B? That doesn't make any sense.
Stop using more letters. It's confusing.
I'm trying to go from A to 2. Why would I use B? This doesn't make any sense.
Thank you. Thank you.
When the square root of Y is available.
Now, here, I have a slightly different reason for my same answer.
Same answer, but different reason. Okay.
I do feel like, okay, I would need to take, you are a parent of 2 and, you know, you lead a busy life and you got to get things done. So you will unintentionally take a shortcut that leads you astray anytime. And plus, on top of that, you were a truck driver and, you know, long days on the road, you just want to get it over with. So you're going to take the shortest way possible, whether you intentionally realize it's an illegal premisi or not.
Premisi.
Okay. All right. And my answer was A.
Ah, that was what I wanted to pick.
Dan doesn't know me very well. I am the most absent-minded human being you will ever meet. I can't remember anything ever. I mean, I was in Arc Raiders just hitting the wrong buttons, and I've been playing this like every day for 4 days now. I still can't remember what buttons to push on the game. I'm terrible at remembering things. I have walked out of the store with stuff in my cart or in my hand because I wasn't paying attention and forgot about it, and I would go back inside and either return it or pay for it. So that has happened to me legit several times. It's shoplifting because I forgot the item was in my hand. Usually what I do is I put something in my pocket. Like, this happens at Home Depot all the time. I refuse to get a basket because I'm going in for one thing and I end up getting 4 things.
I
run out of put them in my pockets. That happens all the time. Yeah. However, trespassing because the shortcut looked faster, I don't want it. I will definitely take a shortcut, and I would trespass if I didn't know that I was trespassing.
That was literally the question.
But
answer.
No, trespassing because the shortcut looked faster.
Yeah, was unintentionally break the law.
But yes, that's true. By accident, I guess. But okay. Well, I would take a shortcut.
That was the issue, is because both answers were kind of could happen by accident.
Yeah.
I figure you could go either way.
I definitely take shortcuts all the time, but it's usually driving and it's usually GPS shortcuts that don't take me through somebody's yard or something like that.
Sure.
So that's the only thing. And when it comes to tax fraud, I do my own taxes, have for years and years and years, and I'm getting pretty good at it. So tax fraud because I do the forms myself, probably not going to happen.
Or
tax fraud because I intentionally do them fraudulently, that might happen, but I'm going to know about it. So
nice.
All right, that's getting to know your streamers here on our rating. Oh, yeah. And now I think it's time to get into this lovely movie.
Yeah.
The Great Outdoors.
All right.
Back to reality. There goes gravity.
Nice, Windstorm. Well done.
Did you watch the halftime show, Will, with Eminem today?
Show?
No. Oh, there's a halftime show with Eminem.
Halftime what?
Oh, a football show. football game, and there was a halftime show with Eminem.
Oh,
nice. Now, yeah, I don't even listen to Eminem. I don't know why I'm singing that.
Was it?
I think it was the Cowboys Chiefs game, or else it was Green Bay.
So I just saw something on Twitch where it was like the White Stripes singing, and they brought Eminem out. Is that it, or was it actually Eminem?
That was it. That was it.
Okay.
I think because it was like there was like 4 or 5 people doing the whole production for halftime, and Eminem was one of them.
Gotcha.
I watched it on mute, so I don't know if it was any good or not because I was at a big group thing.
Fair enough.
Happy Thanksgiving, by the way.
Brian. Happy Thanksgiving.
Eminem was the Lions halftime
viewers.
show. Thank you, Skinny Matthew. Yeah. And I watched both of them on mute. I wish I could have at least. I wish I could have watched both. I like Post Malone and Eminem. So.
All right, Will, you good?
You know what? Thanks, Dan, for asking. I'm okay. Still got a little congestion, but I'm just happy to be here with you guys.
Fantastic. I need to stop asking. Just put you on the big screen. Just whatever. Fuck it. You're up.
All right, here we go again. Open the curtain if you haven't already.
I did, but thank you.
The Great Outdoors, 1988. To escape the hustle and bustle of the daily grind, Chet takes his family to a cabin resort to get some quality family time in. Unfortunately, the trip leads to a fall, and his in-laws join in on the weekend unannounced and unwanted.
Very nice. His in-laws? I guess technically, you say in-laws, I think parents, but yeah.
I know, but it still is.
It's still technically, yeah.
Brother-in-law, I don't know. A retake. No.
No.
No, we don't do that here.
For all the episodes we've not done retakes of, I'm not redoing that one. There's one where you're literally just like, F it, move on. I'm like, okay, that's over. I was going through the podcast. I'm like, oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah, it was bound to happen eventually.
Sure. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm way too big.
Yeah, don't be like that. You look handsome.
I am auto-zooming every
It's Thanksgiving,
8
Dan.
seconds.
Everybody's a little big tonight. Well, in America. Sorry, I forget. You guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was Thanksgiving like 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, we've been there, done that.
Yeah. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Our Rating, the show where I get together with 2 of my buddies. We take a movie franchise, break it. You know what? We're not doing any of that today. Today's the Patreon pick, and instead, we are just taking a random movie that our Patreon chose for us and giving it a score so we can throw it up on the board. So this week, we're taking a look at 1988, The Great Outdoors, starring Dan Aykroyd and John Candy. Almost lost the name because I wasn't planning on doing this much talking. We're going to take a look at that one today. It is not part of a franchise, and it's kind of fun to take a break from a series of movies, just be able to talk about one individual movie. Will, have you seen The Great Outdoors before?
Long time ago when I was just a wee lad. Yeah, but it wasn't one that I went back to again and again. And I think a lot of people do in this movie's case.
Fair enough. What about you, Brian? Have you ever seen this one before?
Yeah, I saw it a long time ago. I remembered highlights from the film. So as we watched it together in the watch party, it was all coming back to me. I'd see them go to the restaurant or something and be like, "Oh, I remember this scene," and it was pretty exciting to see it unfold again.
Nice. This was my first time watching this movie. I'd never seen it before. Now, I don't know if I've seen clippets of this movie or just scenes from this movie stolen from other movies. This movie is it's got to be coming up on 40 years old at this point. So things like the jet skiing scene and like the restaurant scene were very familiar, although I don't think I've seen those specific scenes before. So this was my first time watching this one. What do you guys think? We did this one as a watch party over at our Patreon Discord streams. We got us and a couple of viewers together, watched this one together on a Sunday night. And I had a pretty good time doing that, watching it with the other people. What did you guys think about the rewatch? Did it hold up for you? Brian?
Great question. Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, I had fun rewatching this because it was so far from when I'd seen it last that all the other stuff in the film was new and fresh to me. And I was laughing along to it. This older movie still held up, but I think it was more the charisma of the characters in it. And, we'll get more into that as we talk about it.
Nice. What about you, Will?
I agree with Brian's sentiment. This movie, I think, relies on John Candy and Dan Aykroyd's chemistry. They were good friends. They've worked together a long time. Even before this movie, and you can see that on the screen. Does this movie have Is that sound
just doesn't want to listen to you?
Else? What is that?
Somebody said Run was low. I don't know what he did, but he definitely got louder.
He definitely got louder.
Anyway,
I don't even know what I was saying. Yeah, I agree with Brian's sentiment that the actors, I think, carry this. The charisma of Dan Aykroyd and John Candy playing off of one another. They're good friends outside of this movie. They've worked together plenty in and around Hollywood and coming up. So I enjoyed them. I don't know if all of the gags and everything, or if the story is all that great, but it is just kind of a silly slapstick comedy.
I'm kind of happy that you brought that up, to be perfectly honest. I can't quite say that this was A Fish Called Wanda for me, which is one of the other Patreon picks we did that Brian just really did not get into. But I definitely feel like even during the watch party, and admittedly, I was sick. You can probably still tell I'm a little bit congested at the moment. I've just been dealing with something all week. So I was a little bit sick during that. It was still fun hanging out with the patrons. This movie just didn't quite do it for me. Now, because I'd never seen it before, there was no nostalgia to this one.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. It was fun watching Dan Aykroyd and John Candy, and even like Annette Bening was kind of like in a rare turn. I haven't seen her in a long time in film. It wasn't painful to watch by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't think I laughed through the entire thing. Like, there's maybe one guffaw moment, which I can't even remember, but it was kind of like, oh, like I'm not bored, but I'm not laughing either. Like, it was just kind of that, like, this is happening.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I get what they're going for.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and even during the watch party, like you were saying a couple of times, like, oh, this is so funny. And I'm like, is it? Is it? Like, am I that out of it? Like, you were commenting on like the music for the date scenes and stuff like that. And I'm like,
right. I think part of that is like it, to me, a lot of that, maybe it is a little bit nostalgia, but it's like, oh, wow, this exact theme song that they created for this like young love summer interaction, and they played that exact music for every single scene that it happened, like those two characters got together. I was just like, it's so funny to me because it's so bad, which isn't it isn't a showing of a good movie, but to me it's funny because it's like, so this is the least they could do to make it happen. I don't know. I do get a laugh sometimes out of bad movie things, and that was one of them for sure.
So the music wasn't the worst. It was a bad part, but honestly, all of the scenes with the older sibling and his little love interest was completely unnecessary to the movie. It wasn't funny, and the music was taking me out of it. I was laughing at how dumb that music was. I was like, this would never fly today. You can't keep playing that same track over and over. It was really horrific, and that's why I was kind of laughing at that. But it wasn't. I wasn't laughing. It's not something that's supposed to be funny like that. So I couldn't stand those scenes. In fact, some of the kids kind of killed it for me. That was probably the worst part. Is every time they take away. I just wanted to watch Dan Aykroyd and John Candy do their thing. Mm-hmm. That was just funny. Their chemistry, charisma together was hilarious. These characters, especially Dan Aykroyd's character, could not be pulled off by anybody else. No one is going to be that dumb and still make me believe it, except for Dan Aykroyd. And he did a great job. And that character was hilarious to me. I don't think anybody else could have done it. The kids, forget about them. Just cut that out of the film and give me more funny.
I think you need to have the kids to make it a family trip. But I don't think they need to be like a major plot point like they were. Like,
and I think
the one kid is completely forgettable.
Nostalgic things that anybody could relate to and be like, oh, I remember, young love on a summer camping trip kind of thing. I just couldn't really relate to that. And it was so kind of terribly done. It just took me out rather than give me something.
Yeah, there just wasn't enough to that thread of the movie to actually make it worthwhile, right? And I understand. This is written by John Hughes. John Hughes writes 1,000 scripts in the 80s. Yeah, a lot of bangers, but some not so good. Home Alone, great. Home Alone 2, not so great. But that's just the way it is. We still love John Hughes. And yeah, it just felt like they were purposely trying to get a little bit of every age group so that this would appeal to everyone. And instead, it kind of just took away from the whole movie.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know that I quite agree that the love story was unnecessary. I just don't think it was flushed out enough. Like,
Exactly.
I think it could have been something. Because you got the twins who do literally nothing other than get lost at the end of the movie, which they tell you is going to happen
and
like
be a little
3
creepy
different times throughout the movie. And the son, the younger son, which, like, correct me if I'm wrong, he has literally nothing to do.
Yeah, I think the only thing the young son was there was actually bonding time with father and son. There was a couple of scenes.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, he's trying to convince him to go
they cut
water
some
skiing.
of it out or something. Like,
maybe
I felt
they
like
cut
he was
some
supposed
out,
to have a segment, but it just never happened.
Yeah, because he goes to the bear at the garbage dump with his son, and then he does the water skiing bit. And that was pretty much it for the young kid. But
both of those could have been with the older kid, though, right? Like,
100%.
Yeah.
Like the younger kid, I'm sure he had lines, but I couldn't tell you a single one of them. The only thing I remember was he's sitting there holding a transformer at one point. I was like, oh yeah, I think I had that one.
See, they're trying for nostalgia.
Yeah, wow. Really all it is.
The water skiing part. He had this incredible, amazing run on the water skis where he does all these crazy tricks and all this craziness. And at the end, he's freaking out and pissed off, and he played that totally wrong. He should have gone like, look what I did, and just taken credit for it. And he would have been a hero for the day. Like, that was amazing. And instead, they tried to turn it into this instance where he's going to pack his bags and leave, and he's had it with his brother-in-law. And I was just like, dude, what are you doing? What is this? Like, anybody else would have just been like, yeah, that was me. I did that.
Well, he was immediately like exhausted. Like he just like falls over. He's just like, I can't believe that just happened. But yeah, then he does kind of get pissed off and is like, all right, well, this vacation's over and I can't believe this ever happened. I mean, admittedly, it's the wives that are related, right? The two
I think
main characters are not.
I actually have no idea, but that's what I assumed as well.
I couldn't find the chemistry. I didn't know who was actually a brother, sister. I didn't know.
That was kind of my point. Like, none of them seem like they're having a good time. Like, it's not even like the sisters are getting along and the husbands don't. It feels like all 4 of them are like, what the actual crap is happening right now? Like, can we all go our separate ways and just never talk again? It would have been nice if there had been some chemistry between some of the characters. Like, even if the wives, like, I wouldn't necessarily want the wives playing off of their husbands. Like, that's a little bit played out per se. But at least have the wives like each other. Would be right. Like, okay, there's something.
Yeah, it was a tricky setup for the payoff at the end, whether it paid off or not, right? Because the whole reason the brother-in-law is there is to get money out of Chet. Yep. And so they weren't invited. And so they didn't really want to be there. Neither party wanted the other to be there, except for, the intent of getting money at the end. And then that all gets washed away in the rain, so to speak.
Well, and probably they couldn't afford their actual vacation, right? The free vacation by stealing from his brother is the only thing they could afford to do and still save some amount of face. Correct me if I'm wrong, and I do apologize if I was stepping on a point you were about to make. Did Dan Aykroyd's wife, Annette Bening, did she know that they were broke, or was he confessing to her as well?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. That's a tough sell then.
On the drive
not go on your big trip.
On the drive back, she kept talking about how wonderful it was for him to, let him in on the deal and all that, completely oblivious to the fact that her husband was broke out of work and stealing money from her brother-in-law. I don't know, from, John Candy. And so that was part of what the guilt trip was when he turned the car around and went back and then came clean about it,
Yeah, that's fair.
Were you guys bothered by the fact that there was no actual real plot to this that didn't come out until the very end of the movie? Did we discover the reasoning for all this? Right? He just shows up and we're having a group vacation now and people are upset. And there's no real reason for it until we get to the end. And now we're like, oh, okay, this is why it's all happening. But for the majority of the movie, it's just them doing a vacation. Did that bother you that there was no structure to this plot?
I don't think that it did, to be perfectly honest. I wasn't looking for a whole lot of plot from this movie. And it portrays itself in a way like you're instantly introduced to John Candy. Clearly, he's the lovable character you're supposed to like. You're instantly introduced to Dan Aykroyd and like in a really dirty, creepy way. So clearly he's the bad guy. And you're just kind of going through kind of like a day in the life or a weekend in the life of these two characters. You're absolutely right. There is no quote unquote plot to this film. But honestly, until you mentioned it like 20 seconds ago, I don't know that I even noticed it, let alone bothered me. Like, it's a comedy. They're put in a comedic situation. Comedy ensues, in theory. It's fine. It's basically what I would expect. What about you, Will?
Yeah, I don't disagree. It's a situational comedy. The idea is that these crazy antics that they kind of go through over the weekend kind of holds your interest and you're there for the laughs. And then at the end, they try to wrap it in a bow, right? Which is great when, it works. Did this movie work? I don't know, a little bit. I mean, it made for a happy ending and everybody loves each other at the end, which is fine. That's the nature of comedies in the most classic of ways.
That felt like it came out of nowhere. Like, he introduces the fact that he's like, oh, by the way, I just tried to rob you for $25,000 and I made up a story to humiliate you to try and like work my way into this. And I'm going to stay at your house until I get my feet under me. And like, John Candy's kind of like, yeah, your family, what are you going to do? And I'm just like, I wouldn't let him near me again. Like, what are you talking about? Did that bother you guys at all?
That didn't bother me because the chemistry between these two. Every time Dan Aykroyd started selling something, I was buying it. I can't believe it. His character was absolutely unbelievable, and yet I was believing it. And that's one of the things that I was so impressed with, is that he had this dumb, conniving moron of a character that he was playing, and he was selling it, and it worked. And that's not something that we see. A lot of times you see in these comedies somebody playing the idiot role, and they're just so dumb, it's unbelievable, and it tends to not be that funny to me. This one, he just rode that line so well. It was a master performance, in my opinion. I liked it.
So you're saying Dan Aykroyd is charismatic with nice hair and could talk you into a cult? That's okay, I just want to make sure. We'll cut that, but I just couldn't let that go.
For more on that, show up to Twitch beforehand to see our antics.
Yeah.
No, I didn't hate it either. I think, it's fine showing that Dan Aykroyd's character is obviously flawed and not always the best person, but when it comes right down to it, he does believe in family over, selfishness and selfish ways. And so I think that's fine. And it just gives that warm fuzzies at the end of the movie. But then they still, give you a little elbow to John Candy being like, now we're staying with you still. So it's not over. More antics are going to ensue,
Yeah,
The
Great Outdoors too, if we have to.
Oh, yeah. We don't have to.
No. I'm just saying, like leave ourselves open for the, and now we're moving in plot.
Sure.
One scene that I could have swore was in this movie. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I didn't see it during the watch party. I could have swore there was a scene where John Candy falls asleep outside under the sun and gets a horrific sunburn from head to toe. Wasn't that in this movie? Or am I thinking of a different film?
I didn't see that, so
I didn't see it either, but I kept waiting for that scene to pop up because I was like, that scene and the 96-ounce steak scene I remembered being hilarious.
Is that maybe Uncle Buck?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm wondering if it was a different John Hughes film, and I'm just getting them mixed up because, like I said, it was a long time ago when I saw this. Yeah. But I could have swore he fell asleep at the side of the lake or something and got a wicked bad sunburn.
There's also a movie called Summer Rental. That might be it.
Maybe that's it then.
Yeah, that looks like that's the one. Okay. Yeah, he's at the beach and falls asleep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I will say it was really nice to go back and watch a John Candy film. Like, I'm not the biggest fan. There's not an actor that I go back and rewatch his films often, but he does have this life to him that is undeniable when you're watching it. Like, even though I didn't laugh during this movie, I also mentioned I was never bored during this movie. Like, the movie keeps going at a good pace. The chemistry between the characters is incredible. It's just fun. I know that's a terrible word that I keep using, like, for reviews. Like, the Avatar is fun. But...
Do you think the humor is a little dated for your taste?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think this movie probably was more funny in 1988, and probably nostalgia carries it pretty hard. Now, I didn't watch this with my kids because I did it with the watch party. Maybe introducing it to somebody younger, they would
see it through their eyes.
It more.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking that they specifically would appreciate it more so than I would. I'm glad I watched it. I legitimately am. It was fun watching it with the watch party. It's great talking to you guys. I don't see a good reason why I'd ever return to this one.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think this movie didn't do great in theaters, but it did hit. When it hit VHS, it actually took off as like something people picked up and watched again and again, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like the Christmas Vacation Lampoon style. This is like a summertime kind of watch style, right?
I think the biggest thing for me is that this movie, I just feel like they must have had a great time filming it. When they recorded the scene with the bat in the house flying around and they're in their ridiculous little armor costumes chasing that bat around and acting like they're spooked, which is just a bat on a fishing line. It looks so fake and dumb. But I was laughing because they looked like they were genuinely having a good time filming this movie. Like that just looked like a blast to do. Everybody's outside laughing at them as they're trying to, capture this bat, smacking each other in the face and stuff. It just looked like a real good time. And so it was enjoyable to watch that.
I was actually just looking it up. This movie cost about $24 million and it raised about 44. So like almost doubled. So that's not bad. And then my brain just got stuck like, wait, this movie cost $24 million in 1988. Like
that's a lot.
That's gotta be Dan Aykroyd and John Candy's salary, right? Like there's not really like the bear, I guess, but there's not really anything on screen.
Yeah, I don't know how
you're mentioning like a bat on a string as one of the major props. Like, ooh,
I don't know how much Bart the Bear costs, but he gets around. That bear has done a lot of movies. I've seen Bart the Bear in lots of movies, and you probably have too. Anything in the 80s, 90s. Bart the Bear, I think, lived quite a while. Here, I've got it. 1977 to 2000, Bart the Bear. And he had over 30 film and television appearances, and you've probably seen him in lots. He started as a cub in The Life and Times of Grizzly Adams, but he's also been featured in The Edge, The Bear, Legends of the Fall, Homeward Bound. This guy gets around. He trained from a cub, and what movie, how many movies need bears? If you need it, you're going to go to Bart the Bear because he's huge. He's like over 9 feet tall.
Every movie could do better with a bear in it.
Yeah. So I definitely enjoy Bart the Bear anytime I see him. So I was happy to go down that rabbit hole again. Once I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, Bart the Bear. So cool.
What did you think of Bart the Bear's bare ass?
I mean, it's super ridiculous. And that's like definitely like an 80s trope, like so over the top, silly. And then I'm okay with it. He's just literally bouncing off him as he's running away. It's just so funny to me. Even the front when he's bald would look terrible too, but it is what it is. You just kind of buy into it or not.
For those who haven't seen the movie, because I feel like there are some in the chat who are like, what are we talking about? There is a story near the beginning where John Candy is talking. He's giving a ghost story, essentially, but it's a story about this gigantic bear that comes up to the house and his dad or grandfather shoots at it, misses, but like skims its head and like takes a bunch of hair off. So like the bear is this gigantic bald-headed bear. At the end of the movie, we meet this giant bear. So it was a true story, or some parts of it were true at least. And they end up shooting it to get it away from their family, and they shoot it in the ass, and it blows all the hair off its butt, and this bear runs away looking like a pink-butted baboon. It is the most ridiculous thing. And it's like so clearly this plastic thing that they just stapled onto the bear's ass. Like it looks awful.
And
but also like
the whimpering noises. It's so ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, right?
It looks awful, but like in the exact right way. If that makes sense. Like it fits the movie perfectly while also being like, that's dumb.
Yeah, just cheesy enough.
The raccoons did nothing for me. I kept feeling like, oh, this is going to be funny. And then it wasn't really all that funny. Like they were telling us the subtitle jokes. And I was like, it just missed for me. I don't know. It didn't do it.
I also feel like that's a late 80s thing, is like talking animals were big in the late 80s, like subtitled talking animals for some reason. Writers were just there for it. Yeah, and blue lighting. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Highlander. You made our world a better place.
We notice it in every movie now, every 80s movie at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I feel like I don't mean to be mean when I say that. I feel like the raccoons were in the exact right movie. Like, you watch this, you're like, oh, this is going to be funny. And then it just kind of wasn't. But I didn't dislike it. Now, I used to work at a campground that had a petting zoo, and in the petting zoo were raccoons, and they were super domesticated, so you could go in and like pet them and whatnot.
Oh, nice.
And so like it was like I've always had kind of an affection for raccoons, so it was kind of cute seeing them. But you're right, like I was anticipating them being like the stars of the show, almost like stealing the scenes, and instead they're just kind of like talking in screechy voices and like subtext underneath them. Like,
they were just there to set up Dan Aykroyd teeing off John Candy to go throw up after that steak. That's what I felt like it was there for.
Yeah, they were like almost just like interludes into like, okay, time has passed. That was their purpose, and it was like
day 3.
Exactly.
I'll say this: I enjoyed them better than the love affair between the son and the girl at the lake. There.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't.
Brian just doesn't believe in young love.
I just didn't believe
or young people.
That one was. I didn't mind the younger son when he was in the car with dad and the bear was coming up. That was good. That was fine. How they were like pretending they were tired and they need to leave and they just drive off with the bears on their car. That was fine. The older son was just had this cheesy look on his face and it never went anywhere or mattered. And the only time that I ever cared was when he was waiting for his dad to finish eating the steak. And I think everybody in chat was like, dude, just go home.
Right.
Like, go. Yeah. Like, what are you waiting for your dad to finish the steak for? Go on your date.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It was just like, why are you still there? Nobody knows that you're there. Nobody's talking to each other. Everybody's just staring at your dad. Just like, I gotta go to the bathroom and just disappear. Now, who knows? Maybe they're in the middle of absolute nowhere. And it's like, well, it'll take me 3 hours to walk there. So I'm kind of stuck. Who knows? Going back 1 second, the scene in the car where they're like, oh, the bears, does the little kid say anything? Or are you just okay with him because he's sitting in the back seat being quiet?
I thought he was in the front with his dad.
Isn't it? Aren't all three of them there? Isn't it the teenage boy, the young boy, and the dad?
No, when they're at the bear watching.
At the bear thing?
I think it's just the two of them.
Oh, okay. My bad. My bad.
Yeah.
That was fun scenes. I'm not taking that away from you. I was picturing the three of them for some reason.
It felt very reminiscent of the scene with from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation where they're stringing up the Christmas lights and Russ is like, "Oh, okay, Dad," and they're like talking about the Christmas lights outside. That's kind of how that chemistry felt between him and the youngest at the bear scene too. And I was like, wow, this is kind of the same thing we've seen in other movies. It worked. It was funny. The bears up on top of the car were kind of funny. Why they would drive away with the bears still on the car, I don't know, but whatever. It entertained.
That was one of the cuter moments. Like I don't say I'm not going to laugh out loud when he drove away, but it was kind of like, okay, that's silly. I like that.
Yeah,
just wholesome humor. Yeah.
That's a great way of putting it. We actually did that growing up. Like we used to have a cottage a couple hours away up in like the middle of nowhere. And that was one of the things we did, not at nighttime, but like going to the dump to drop the garbage off. And like there were usually bears there. So that's one of those things where like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing that people did outside of my weird family.
That's so
cool.
Funny.
Okay. So that was kind of a fun thing to see on the film. That was one thing we're like, I actually do relate to this. Not the young love, not the eating a gigantic steak, but, going to watch bears eat trash. There you go.
1 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah, not bad.
The steak scene was really funny to me. The thing that made it so much more funny is when the chef looks down and he's like, no, you got to eat the gristle and fat too. And Dan Aykroyd, he says something like, hey, if I can get him to stuff down 2 pieces of key lime pie, will you throw in some shirts and t-shirts, like some t-shirts and hats or something? And then everybody comes in the door wearing the t-shirt,
wearing the gear.
hat.
Yeah.
That one, oh God, I was rolling over that and that was, again, it was Dan Aykroyd's charisma, his character, the way he played that and just landed those lines. It was funny to me.
Yeah. Have you guys ever tried something like that? Like a eating challenge?
No.
Not outside
Will does hot dogs and chocolate
okay,
as fast as he can shove them in his face.
Nothing official, but I have done stupid eating challenges that of my own brewing.
I almost tried this monster burrito thing where they're like, I think like 27 people have ever eaten it or something. It was this huge Mexican plate with just ginormous. I was really close to trying that and didn't. That was the closest I ever came to doing one of those. I would never do a steak, like one of those big steaks. I'd worry that would kill me.
Brutal.
I wouldn't do one that big, but I'd be curious to try something. I did in college. I went to a place with a buddy. I'd never been there before. And there was this like impossible burger. Not that means something else nowadays, but like just a gigantic burger. And then I go, if you can eat all of this in like half an hour, we'll put your burgers free and we'll put a picture of you on the wall or something like that. And my buddy who had met like at college was on the wall. And I was like, okay, I can probably handle this. And they brought this burger out and I was like, okay, it's big, but it's not like insane. But the burger was so big that it wasn't cooked all the way through.
Oh, no.
And I hate onions, and they made the ground beef with onions. So it's this like, not like red, but like definitely pink burger with onions throughout it. Right. And I was just like, I'm going to make myself sick from the onions or the raw meat, not necessarily the like quantity of food.
Yeah.
So it was one of those ones where I tapped out really early because I'm just like, this is fucking gross. Like, this is not a challenge because of how much food it is. This is a challenge because I don't want to die. Like, what are you doing? Like, and I remember talking to the waitress, like, this is honestly what you feed people? Like, this is something you think is okay? Like, no, absolutely not. I've never been to a restaurant where they put onions in the patties before. It never even occurred to me to ask for it without that.
Through that impossible burger, and he's like, excuse me, I ordered medium well. Please send this back.
I'll just eat the outside layer and then just give it back for more cooking, and then eat that layer and then give it back to more cooking. They'll just make it like 4 different times. Can you finish it now, sir? Like, yeah, I think so.
That's funny.
That's all I've got to say about this movie.
Yeah, I'll get to rate at this point. I mean, I got a couple things to say in the rating, I guess, but that's about it.
I know that seems kind of like a quick one, but
I mean,
there wasn't a lot to this movie. It was sit through it, enjoy it.
I have said multiple times, a bad movie is fun to rate. A good movie is fun to talk about. An okay movie, there's nothing to say. Like it's fine. I have no hate for this. I got no love for it. It passed an hour and a half. And thanks to Brian, I didn't even have to pay for it.
I do what I can. Yeah. And if you guys want to join us for watch parties where you can save a few bucks, we're going to be trying to get more and more movies in there every week. Hopefully, is my goal to try and get a watch party going for something. So give you guys some value for your Patreon donations.
Speaking of which, do you want to do the Patreon this week? Kind of teed you up nicely.
I can try.
It's reading names. It's fine.
Okay. What did you normally say for the first one? If you'd like to support the show,
if you like what you do and you want to help support the show, please consider joining our Patreon. There's a link down below.
There we go. I can take it from here. That's what I needed. If you like what we do and you want to support the show, then consider.
You can do it. If you like, we can
edit the crap out of this. This is great. Just take all the chances you need.
Well, I'll take a ring at it here. If you like what we do and you want to support the show, please consider joining our Patreon. You can join us for all kinds of fun activities over at our Discord, and we'll have fun playing with you. Wait, nope.
Okay. Take 2. We'll go for Brian this time.
If you like what we do and you want to support the show, then consider being a member of our Patreon. We have all sorts of goodies that you can get involved in our Discord at a variety of levels. Links down below. Special thanks to our producers, who Dan doesn't leave on the screen long enough for me to read their names, but the executive producers are Real Bubba Hotep and Dino. And coming in at the writer level is Elder JM990, who's basically picking everything we get to watch right now. Thank you for that, Elder JM. He's got great taste in movies.
See, you did great.
It was great.
Yeah.
I forgot the link part, and so I said instead something horrible. No,
play with yourself.
I wasn't quite that bad.
What did you say there?
I remember. We'll have fun playing with you. You guys.
Don't volunteer us for it.
You made it dirty, not me.
This is what's going to kill your political career. This is what's going to get you. Somebody's going to watch this like, if I join the Patreon, they'll play with me? Ew. I don't know if I want to do that.
Hey, you just watch those Patreon members climb, baby.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Remember, $500, you get feet pics from Dan.
Oh, I'm way cheaper than that.
Amazing.
Oh, man. Okay.
All right, hit me. I'll give you my rating. All right, what can I say about this movie other than I enjoyed... Sorry. People throwing up stuff on my stream here. What can I say about this movie other than it was an enjoyable time with friends to go back and check this out again? Lots of nostalgia for me. I don't know if it would be an amazing choice for someone out of the blue, though I would recommend it as a wholesome way to kill an hour and a half. I very much enjoyed the charisma between Aykroyd and Candy. I think they are what really sold this movie. Would not work with anyone else. I gave it a solid 70. It's just good fun.
Very nice. I realized like after the fact, like literally just now, I'm like, all right, it's Thanksgiving. Like we should have like planes, trains, and automobiles, or like something seasonal. But we didn't choose this one, so
it wasn't our choice. Out of our hands.
Hey,
blame Elder.
I just stuffed myself like it was a 96-ounce steak, so I think it works. It's fine.
There you go. Nice.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair.
That's good.
And like for us, it's dead of winter right now. It probably is camping weather for you though, right? You probably can go.
Yeah, we're really looking out Clean's window right there.
That's exactly right.
It's legit snowing right now in where I am. I'm not even kidding. I don't know if it's staying on the ground, but technically it's in the air.
Yeah.
Very similar to Brian. This movie was a first-time viewing for me, so I have a bit of a unique experience compared to the other two. I think this movie was fine. It was fun. It lasted for an hour and a half. I was enjoying it the entire time. Maybe part of that was because of the watch party, so I was kind of watching it with friends. That definitely helped. But even so, I think that this is a good movie to watch. I did enjoy it. Seeing John Candy alive and well again was really heartwarming. His relationship with Dan Aykroyd is so much fun. They've got so much chemistry bouncing off of each other. I do wish that the wives not only had a little bit more to do, but maybe brought some actual family camaraderie to this film. Like if the husbands were warring, but they were getting along, something like that. But it was unfortunately just a lot of people being angry at themselves, at each other. I'm only giving this one a 60. It was fine. I enjoyed it. I don't know if it's one that I can recommend all that heavily to people. I think a lot of this one is carried by nostalgia, whether it's for the movie itself or just for the actors. So a younger generation who doesn't have that nostalgia for Dan Aykroyd or John Candy will probably get very little out of this film, unfortunately.
All good thoughts, all good ratings. I lean to Brian on this one. There's something just so charming and lovely and watchable about John Candy that I just, if I am cruising on a TV and John Candy comes up on screen, I'm watching it. The man is a legend, and rightfully so. And you know why he's so legendary? It's because he's Canadian. That's right. Dan Aykroyd and John Candy, both Canadians. They were the highlight of this movie. And I can't contain it anymore. I just have to shout it from the rooftops. I love Canada because of people like those. And yes, I think it does shine. It shines their relationship on screen because of their relationship off screen. They're both very talented comedic actors, and it carries this movie, much like Brian said. That said, is the movie that great? I don't think so. I mean, I think for me, it didn't fall into the nostalgia trap. My nostalgia trap movie came a year later with Harry and the Hendersons. I watched that movie inside and out over and over again because that was my summertime adventure comedy. This one fell to the wayside, and that's okay. They're both about probably the same quality of movie. Just one I picked up and one I didn't. Overall, I'd say this is a 60 as well. Same as Brian. Same as Dan. And it's a fun watch, especially if you know John Candy. If you don't know John Candy, I'd recommend watching John Candy as well, because he's just so damn likable. And you just want a big bear hug from John Candy every day of your life. Go watch John Candy.
Sorry, forgot where the button was to get rid of you.
No
this is the part that gets cut out, so I can ask this pretty freely. What's your favorite John Candy movie?
I mean, I hate to say Cool Runnings, but it's probably Cool Runnings.
I didn't even think of that. That's a good
one. That's a good one.
It's just such a classic movie, and it was such like an underdog movie. It just hit on all the right notes. Plus, filmed in Canada. I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
Brian, does it get better than that?
Movies get better than Cool Runnings for sure. However, I got to look up his biography of
I just meant being filmed in Canada.
A lot of movies filmed in Canada.
Canadians are making me work on Thanksgiving, so screw you, Canadians.
We asked you. We left the ball in your court, and you were like, "I'm fine.
No, it's
I've already
fine.
filled my belly. Whatever."
No, it's fine. Delirious. I loved him in Delirious. I like Delirious.
What the heck is Delirious?
It's the one where he's a writer and like everything he writes comes true. Like he wakes up like in one of his novels and everything he writes comes true. And once he figures that out, he starts writing all the best stuff for himself. But then he gets drunk and writes things and things go crazy.
So wait. Give me a second. Maybe this doesn't qualify, but
Uncle Buck was good, of course.
Yeah, Uncle Buck's classic for sure.
I've never seen Uncle Buck. I do like Cool Runnings. I've never even heard of.
Oh, I'm sorry. Spaceballs, guys.
I was half expecting Spaceballs for you. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh man, I had an answer and now it's gone. I had.
I don't know if this counts for you, Brian, but I'm pretty sure you said you're a fan of heavy metal. Is that correct?
Yes.
John Candy voices in that.
Yeah. Yep. That's cool.
More great Canadian content. So
that's the heavy metal franchise we need to get on here. Dan needs to see those.
I'm very open to seeing that. There, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I even mentioned it before. I think Planes, Trains might be one of my favorites of his. I love.
They're all good.
Like the Steve Martin. I think is very funny. So the two of them bouncing off each other is fantastic. But the scene I think it's near the end, where he's kind of like telling him, like, you know what, like, you hate me, that's fine. I like me, my family likes me. Like, that scene gets me every time. Like, he plays the comedy so well, but he really brings it dramatically in that one in a way that he doesn't in a lot of other films as well.
Right.
I'm not going to say that I'm like a proficient John Candy enthusiast, but that's one that I really do enjoy.
Yeah, there's no bad John Candy, but there are not great John Candy movies.
What did he do in Little Shop of Horrors? I don't remember.
He's the radio DJ.
Oh wow!
Yeah, okay. he's the radio DJ. He's doing all like the crazy sound effects and whatnot. So when he first discovers the plant, he goes in and talks to him. It's a very big part.
Not a big part for sure.
All right, I think
Uncle Buck was okay. I like Uncle Buck.
I also didn't even mention my favorite moment in this movie. Spoiler alert. When they bring in the lamp gun and plug it in before shooting it.
What was the point of that? Why did they plug it in?
Because it's hilarious. Like,
I was dying about that one.
So funny. He's like, it's still loaded. He plugs it into the wall before they shoot this bear that's about to maul everybody. So funny to me.
One of the things with this movie is we talked about during the watch party more so than during this episode. They showed their hand multiple times where they're like, "Oh, look, there's a mine on your property, and it's only big enough for one little girl about that size." And you're like, "Okay, so that girl's gonna get stuck in there." Oh, there's a bear, but don't worry, it's not a true story. Okay, so there's gonna be a bear with a bald spot.
This guy's been hit by lightning 66 times.
That left nowhere. Like the only thing he did was like, "Oh, the storm's coming," and he ran away. And you're like, that didn't pay off at all, right? Like it was just kind of like, was that supposed to go somewhere? But anyway,
he got hit 67 times, and my kids lost their mind over.
Did he get shot? Did I miss it when he got?
I think he got struck.
Oh, okay.
He got
My
hit.
bad.
He
I missed
jumped up
that.
and kicked his heels together like a leprechaun.
Okay, I must have looked away for a second. So when they showed that shotgun, I was legitimately like, "Oh, they're gonna use that shotgun at some point," and then it had the lamp on top. I'm like, "Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just a lamp." So when they did bring that back, I was like, "Oh my god, they actually did," and I didn't see that one coming. Well done. One of the 94 things that you referenced.
I think that's a very John Hughes thing to do. Like if you think of Home Alone, it's very similar, right? Like he sets up a lot of things that he makes sure that pay off in the end or come back around, which is fun if they work out.
Yeah. All right, let's score this and we can wrap up. We'll replace image with this one. And with that, for our 4th ever Patreon pick, we have unfortunately our lowest score with The Great Outdoors coming in at just a 63. It's got some pretty stiff competition, and I'm actually not sad at this one at 63. It's unfortunate that for now it is the lowest on our list. But, I mean, City of God and Moon were both really strong. Fish Called Wanda is the only one that it can really compete with, and I know for Brian, it does. But what do you guys think? Like, is this pretty much where you thought it would land before seeing it?
Yeah. This is where I thought it would land. I was hoping you guys would like it a little bit more than A Fish Called Wanda because I really didn't enjoy that movie, but it's just different strokes for different folks, and I think it's fine.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is like, is it The Great Outdoors or is it The Humorous Outdoors? I think it leans more just to The Humorous Outdoors. It's pretty safe bet movie, pretty tame, whereas at least Fish Called Wanda was a little more risque, I felt, in the humor. It's British too, so it's a different kind of humor. And then, of course, City of God and Moon are really just quality movies.
Actually good films.
End to end. Yeah, so this is a fun romp this is the kind of popcorn movie I like.
Yeah.
You know, it's got a little heart. It's got a little humor, but there's not much going for it.
You can laugh at the stupidity as much as the jokes.
Yeah.
So.
It's not aggravating. It's just kind of like, okay, yeah, we burned an hour and a half and had a laugh.
This is the fine outdoors.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And honestly, like I will take John Cleese over John Candy any day. No disrespect to anybody, but John Cleese does it for me.
Shirts off, let's go.
Okay. All right, and that's our rating of The Great Outdoors. But what do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. We rated it too high or too low. Let me know what you think. We record this live over at twitch.tv/The Mongoolie Show every Thursday night. So come on over there and hit the follow button so you can hang out with us live. Or if you made it this far in the video, you probably enjoyed it. Consider hitting that like button and subscribe so that we see you in the next one. Very nice. Now you're tappity. I love it. I appreciate that you waited.
Yeah. I tried to wait.
Sorry, Fat P Cola. I've not heard of that one. Whether you picked up or not, we were recording, so we don't really interact with the chat that much during the recordings, but we like to go back and see what's happening after the fact.
Yeah, we tend to read chat. We just don't tend to reply to chat while we're talking it out. But I've heard of the movie. I've never seen it, but I'm a huge Eugene Levy fan as well. So maybe it's something I need to search out.
For sure. So this was part of our Patreon pick series. So at the head writer level, you can actually suggest the movie that we're going to watch at the end of the month. And it just so happens that for the last 4 months, the only head writer we've had has been, actually, that's not true. We did have a second one. We had a director for Hughes for a bit. It's been just Elder JM choosing which movie we're going to watch. So it'll be up to him to see what we do for the month of December. December is going to be a little bit wonky because I do believe Christmas lands on a Thursday, does it not? So that'll be Christmas and New Year's will both be on Thursdays. So I don't know if we're going to do this show on a Wednesday, like not Christmas Eve, obviously, or if we'll pre-record. I don't know. We haven't really talked about it all that much, but the plan is to get back to the Avatar franchise before the movie comes out, move into probably Kill Bill. If we don't do something Christmassy, we'll have to see. It's really messing the schedule up that it's.
So next week is
Way of Water.
Way of Water. Okay, so I have to watch another Avatar movie.
You have to watch 2 more before the month is done. Merry Christmas.
I know. 1 week at a time, Dan. That's how I take life.
Yep, that's fine.
Yep.
I was trying to figure out how I was going to cram in Way of Water this week, as well as editing, as well as watching the Patreon movie in the evening. And then I realized, like, oh, if we're doing the Patreon movie in the evening, that's what we're talking about on Thursday. So, like, I bought myself a whole other week to watch Way of Water. Yay. And I'm the one that's excited to see it out of the 3 of us. So, like, but even I was like, yay, I can push it off a week.
Well, Will hasn't seen it. So he might be pleasantly surprised or get exactly what he expects. I'm not sure. I'm not going to spoil
Yeah.
it.
I would love for him to be pleasantly surprised. I am expecting him to get what he expects.
I'm gonna be. I don't remember because I did watch Way of Water and we'll talk about it, but I don't remember specifics. So I'm going to be paying attention to it, and I'm hoping that it'll bring a little bit more character development, a little bit more world building, and a little bit more story arc than we got in the first one, because the first one was very hollow.
Right. If nothing else, I think the story is less directly ripped from another super obvious story. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think anybody walked out of there was like, oh, well, that was Dancing with Wolves. At least it's something like people compare it to Titanic, which I think is absolutely ludicrous, other than there's water and it's James Cameron. Mm-hmm. But it's just one of those things where, like, I haven't seen it since it was in theaters. I remember enjoying it, not loving it, but enjoying it. But it was like that, like, okay, I don't think people can compare it to, like, Fern Gully. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it is something
no direct
not like
comparisons.
Yeah.
It is definitely not going to blow your mind.
I'm hoping it has its own soul to it, or a soul of any kind would be nice. But
that would be good. That would be good. Matthew, we have talked about Die Hard. We haven't hit that one yet.
I would be totally down for that. And I was actually just thinking, like, maybe I do that. I don't know about Christmas Eve, but like right around Christmas on like the Patreon, like actually just like do a watch party for it. Doesn't have to be part of this show, doesn't have to be part of anything, but just like I haven't seen Die Hard in a while. It'd be fun to go back and revisit it. And I've said for quite some time that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and that is a hill that I am prepared to die on. And every time I say that, somebody's like, well, what about Lethal Weapon? What about the other ones? And I'm like, listen, I can have that conversation if you want. I'm debating maybe making a YouTube video of it, but I think that's been done to death at this point. So it's just one of those, like, I see more similarities with Die Hard than I do with other such Christmas action movies, but
I think the simple fact that so many people argue whether or not it's a Christmas movie has made it a Christmas movie, because there's just so many people out there championing it as such, and so it has become a Christmas movie. So that's all I think.
My really short-handed answer is with most of the movies that people talk about, where they're like, well, if it's a Christmas movie, then this is a Christmas movie. If you take the terrorists out of Die Hard, you are left with the story of a man who crosses the country to go visit his wife at her Christmas party on Christmas Eve and rekindles their marriage.
Yep.
That is the heart of the story. That's a fucking
That's
Christmas
a good way
movie.
to put it. That's a Christmas movie right there.
The terrorist out of Lethal Weapon, you are left with a middle-aged cop who's coming to terms with the fact that he's middle-aged and meeting a new partner. Mm-hmm. That is not a Christmas movie. And like that's kind of how I break it down.
That's fair.
Like, I'm not saying you're going to watch it like with your grandparents. I get that. It's not that kind of a movie. Mm-hmm. But that's why it draws more comparisons to me.
My wife came late to the game to Die Hard, and so I put that question out, being like, hey, a lot of people are like, isn't it a Christmas movie? And at the end, she agreed it was a Christmas movie because they got back together at the end.
Yeah.
That was a main focal point. They had to have that happy ending, reunited, because he came for Christmas to reunite.
Yeah. Fat Lace says we watch anything that's a franchise on here. So and you can help position us on what franchise you want us to do next. So let us know. But that's what we focus on, and then the Patreon pick is just a shot in the dark, whatever the Patreon person wants.
So every Thursday we get together, the three of us, and we discuss a movie franchise, as Brian said, break it down by individual movie. So like last week we talked about Avatar. Next week we're talking about The Way of Water. And then the week after that will be Fire and Ash, I think is the newest one. And then we've got our scoreboard. Well, it'll be different here, but give me 1 second. I can throw it back up there. We got our scoreboard here with all of our movie franchises that we've gone over the past year and a half, I think it is at this point. So it doesn't break it down by movie, but it breaks it down by franchise. And you can get to see all the ones that we've talked about over the course. If you had exclamation mark movies, if you want to catch up on any of the back issues, there's well over 50 episodes at this point. That's not what I meant to do. But yeah, we just kind of get together and hang out and shoot the shit. And it seems to be going fairly well because it's, I mean, you've got to be episode 60-ish at this point, 62, somewhere in that range. Like it's
something like that.
I mean, I can't speak to whether it's going well or not, but I'm having a good time.
We're still here. That's the best thing.
We keep showing up, so we enjoy it.
The amount of podcasts that end on episode 4, I'm pretty excited that we managed to like 62. So I'll take it.
That's fair.
But also, no, we don't focus on anything in particular. It's just franchises.
Also, thanks for being here, Cola. Appreciate that.
Yeah, honestly, if you have any good franchises that are anime, we don't have a lot of anime franchises, so that would be something interesting to put in the list to make it a little bit new.
Just like, we have no on our radar, I think. Yeah, we haven't done anything.
Do we have? We don't have anything animated at all, other than we had the Predator had one animated movie in it.
I've asked for animated movies, but y'all just keep denying me with your.
We have put it to a vote, and the audience has denied
your guns ablazing.
Yeah, the Land Before Time trilogy is maybe not something I'm excited to get into. I did like the first one, but I don't want to see any of the consecutive ones. And my son is still pushing you guys to watch Cinderella 1, 2, and 3, by the way.
Your son's the kid that pushed us into Home Alone, so I think he can go sit in a corner for a little while. No
That's
offense.
What I told him, because I ain't watching Cinderella 2, let alone 3.
So Skinny Matthew touches on one. There are franchises that I have no issues going back to, like Toy Story. Basically any franchise where all the movies are released in theaters, I'm pretty all in on.
Yeah,
it's when you start going into like the Home Alones, the Highlanders, the little.
We didn't enjoy any of those. We just kind of trudged through it.
Land Before Time. The Land Before Time. Like when it starts getting like, oh, there's 9 movies because they all went straight to DVD.
Yeah.
That's what I want to skip. But like Toy Story, I'd be all in on doing Toy Story. And I think they just announced Toy Story 5 for reasons that pass understanding.
Yeah. I think next year it comes out. Yeah.
There's very few franchises that had like straight to DVD cuts that I'd want to get into, but Tremors is one of them because those movies get worse, which gets better.
I feel like that's one of the ones where like getting worse does make it better.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. The first one was, I thought, a great movie that's a little bit bad. And then they just get really, really bad. And I start cracking up over how bad they get. And they lean into it, too. Like, they recognize that this is trash. Yeah. And so that's what makes that franchise so good to me. But
I think I've only seen the first 2 Tremors. I've definitely seen the first 2 Tremors. Mm-hmm. I don't remember if I've seen 3. I definitely have not seen anything past 3. Because 2 is where they grow feet, right? You get little like raptor tremors. Maybe not. Okay, spoilers. Okay, I apologize. Yes. I thought you guys knew the franchise. My bad.
I think I've only seen the first one.
2, the big worms give birth to the little ones that have feet, and they make jokes about what's next. Are they gonna fly? And then we get Tremors 3, where they fly, and then we get Tremors 4, I believe, is Return to Paradise or whatever the town is called. Premonition. It starts with a P, I thought. Anyway, they go, but it's like an old Western version of it. And they still get Bert to come back and play his character, but it's like an old Western version of himself.
Okay.
And
definitely have not seen that.
I think that's it. I think that's as far as it goes. I don't remember. It's been a long time. That's why I say I'll watch it again. The first one was just classic, man.
Even the first one I haven't seen. Like I've seen the first one many times, but not in literally decades. Mm-hmm. So I would be all up for that. But yeah, I have been nursing a cold for the better part of a week, and I love hanging out with you guys. But it's not my Thanksgiving, but I'm sure Brian wants to get back to something.
Yeah, I got to get my kids to bed. They're over next door, just making a ruckus over there. I got to put them to bed because they had too much dessert.
So I want to say thank you all very much for hanging out. It's been great fun. I appreciate you spending your Thanksgiving with us for our American fans. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving and enjoy Black Friday tomorrow. But this is going to be it for our rating. We'll be back. Well, Will, what are you up to? You're doing something tomorrow?
Yeah, I think tomorrow is just going to be classic Friends Friday. We'll probably play some co-op games throughout the night, whatever people are interested in. Peak is usually a highlight, but whatever people want to play.
Sounds good. I will be here Saturday morning as always. I've got a brand new game called Constance, I think it is, that just came out. It looks gorgeous. I'm definitely looking forward to playing that one with you guys and hanging out. We are in the middle of the Christmas subathon. You can't see the tree at the moment, but every sub you get gets an ornament on the tree, as well as the t-shirt that I'm working on for my first ever IRL stream in January. So that'll be super fun. Brian, you just picked up Arc Raiders. Are you planning on streaming it a bit more?
Yeah, I'm going to jump into Arc Raiders whenever I can find some people to play it with me. Those will be on some pop-up streams this winter while my IRL jobs are going pretty slow. I'll be doing more streams. But I'm still doing Cyberpunk on Sundays. I'm loving that. Can't wait to just burn through that story and maybe get another playthrough on the game. I don't know. And then, of course, Thursday nights are here. Those are my only 2 set streams. Everything else is just set your alarm, your notification bell if you want to catch me, because I'll just be popping up random when I get a little bit of spare time. I'm sending my viewers off to the Walt Millsy, the Walt Guardian. So
Nice.
if you're over at my stream, see you later. And I think, Dan, you're out of here too, aren't you?
I am going to be signing off. So you guys have a wonderful night. We'll see you next Thursday for more R rating. We're going over Avatar: The Way of Water. You guys have a wonderful week. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.